Would you vote for the 2013 reauthorization of Child Protective Services as it stands? Let it abolish or seek changes to the agency. I'm going to quote. I'm going to quote Glenn Addison, who's running for U.S. Senate right now. Glenn Addison says it like this. He says, if you have a snake and the snake has two fangs, and you take one fang away, what do you have? You still got a dangerous snake. Well, that's a picture of reform. And thanks to Glenn Addison for going out there and pummeling that example to pieces, because it is absolutely perfect. I believe that the Child Protective Services Agency should be allowed to sunset, and then I think it needs to be turned over to local authorities. One of the things that we have seen time and time again from Child Protective Services, and I've heard example after example, in many, many instances, they do a great job. But in many instances, there is a tremendous amount of abuse that erupts from social engineering and government overreach. Government cannot be all things to all people, but the best determining factor of whether someone is a valid or viable parent is not some nameless, faceless bureaucrat from Austin, but that person's own community. That person can see that if that community makes that determination. And let's understand, this is not something that's absolutely flippant. When you go in there and you intercede on behalf of a child, between a child and a parent, and separate that child from that parent, that's nothing that should be taken lightly. But it also should not be like some machine. A great degree of compassion has to be shown, not just for the child, but also for the parent. Because in many, many instances, there are fraudulent claims of child abuse. CPS has turned into an instrument of retribution, if you want to call it that, with people calling in CPS claims against people they don't like just to get at them. It definitely, so that's my belief. I believe that we should sunset it, we should let it go away, and transfer that power and that authority back down into the counties and the local governments.